I'm glad that our family got honored. So just know that, yeah. And I'm glad that, you know, like I made that video with my mom. You know, I said, like, you know, she deserves to be recognized because, like you see, all the material was primarily my mom with him, except for that final one, that final record. So she, you know, she got a lot of history that she deserves to have. So I'm not hating on that. That's good. The only reason, y'all, I jumped on the night is because they took like 2 of my scenes outright at the stage play. And I'm posting some of my stage play stuff tonight. So if y'all still up, you're going to see that I did it first. They took the same. I'm telling you, somebody was watching my DVD. Somebody was watching my DVD because I hit the cast. I text the cast to play the Clark sisters in my play. I said, didn't they just outright take our scenes?
Yeah.
And my wife.
I just looked at them.
Yep, my wife looked at me twice. Like, I'm like, babe.
They did that.
Right. And no Clark sisters attended our shows.
So you know somebody.
None.
Yeah.
So somebody was running.
Taking it back.
Somebody was running the information back. It was like, yo, that you brought the sunshine scene? Do it like this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They took my stuff verbatim, y'all. I'm posting it tonight, so y'all know I ain't lying. I'm posting it tonight. So if you follow me, look on my Facebooks, on my.
Somebody said my mom said it looked like the play.
See, I'm telling you, I'm not making it up. I promise you. Yeah. But mine was, I didn't give the ouch moments. I didn't do the ouch moments.
Nope.
I did not. But they did it.
Out.
But I was gonna be chill. Like, all right, you know, I have my chronicles. Let me leave it. But then when they hit my stage play, I'm like, come on, man. I think of my wife. I'm like, come on, man. Really?
Yep. No credit.
Yep. Right. I was like, come on. And I can't wait till y'all see this, y'all. I'm gonna put it like, who did it first or who did it better, whatever. I'm gonna do like that, so y'all know I'm not lying. I'm trying to get it tonight. I hope YouTube will let me put this big old file up. I didn't think it was gonna be like this, but they got me good. Come on. So I want y'all to see it, so y'all can see how close the scenes were to my play to the show. Y'all gonna be rolling. Y'all gonna be like, oh my goodness. Yeah. Y'all gonna think, did they sit down? Right. Y'all gonna say, did they sit down and watch his play? Cause the script lines, the way they set up when Twinkie was at the piano and they up behind, that's my play. That's my play. Look, the way she introduced You Brought the Sunshine, that's the way I did it. That's exactly the way I did it.
Well, listen, I've been working on a little something. It's a little different. It has a reggae overtone to it. Oh my gosh, reggae.
Mama's not gonna like this. Mama is not going to like this one. Here we go again with this Stevie Wonder foolishness. You know, Twink, you have a lot of nerve. You always on me about my Shirley season, but at least mine is on some church stuff. You taking us straight to the club with this one.
I don't know. I kind of like it.
This can't be good.
It's not.
We gonna get in so much trouble for this beat.
Mama gonna get us. Well, this is the music to the line I was teaching you all a little while ago. You made my day. Remember that? Come on, let's sing that in unison right here. You made my day. You came my way. You heard me every time I pray. You gave me peace. You gave me grace. You put a smile upon my face. You brought the sunshine.
All that stuff, nah, she ain't talk back to them bishops like that. Whatever.
That wouldn't happen.
Listen, the bishops could say boo, and grandma was like, all right. She ain't never, my grandmother, as they say old school, she ain't never buck up on the bishops. Never. I said, when she turned around and walked back, I told my wife, no, whatever they about to say right now, that ain't happen.
He did.
No, that ain't happen. Because I know Grandma was like, she would read everybody and their mama on sight. But when it came to the bishops of Kojic, she would not.
By herself.
Yeah, they turned it. And let me tell you this: when my uncle John did what he did to Grandma, that wasn't no moving to North Carolina. Listen, okay, they told it so I can tell y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all now. Yeah. So they told it. I'm gonna tell y'all. Mm-hmm. What happened was this: it was so fire that when he put his hands on Grandma for real. Okay, mm-hmm. Let's just get that straight. So this is what he did. Grandpa was standing next to him at the door. When they went over there and he put his hands on my grandmother, Grandpa was present. So let me tell you, once we found out that he did that, it was like everybody. Listen, let me tell y'all.
Like you said, it was not a secret.
Let me tell y'all, family or no family, it was like, dude, you better be packing, bro. You better be packing, bro. Because I'm thinking like every church he stepped in, I'm like, oh man, dude, this is crazy. This is crazy. Wow. I'm telling you, this is crazy. But they still threw him under the bus so hard. They threw Uncle John. I mean, I don't even call him Uncle John, but John Terrell. They threw him under there hard, man. They threw him under there hard, and I feel so bad because. You know, he got to go out in public.
That's like he's still around.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He got to go out in public. His son got to go out there and that stuff. And that's the part that get me the most. Like, that part is the part. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, man, y'all didn't have to dive that deep in the ouch part. However, they didn't lie. So, feel me. They didn't lie. That stuff that happened between them and the financial situation and all that stuff, that's true. I'm support. I'm telling you, my grandmother, God bless him, she never really liked him. She never getting that respect. Now I'm telling you, we had good and bad. He was there for me on times too. So I'm not throwing my man under the bus. That's still my cousin's dad, and God bless him. You know what I'm saying? But him putting his hands on Grandma, him not working, and she making a fuss about that like that was huge. And then the way Twinkie was getting booked, it was like you had to take Terrell. He was making it like, and God bless him. I ain't doing this. It's already out there. If Twinkie had to sing, he had to preach. It was a duo tag team thing. And that part was like, but I was surprised when they put that out there. I was like, oh, come on, man. I can't believe they put that out there. But that was a tough one. So that part was another. Let me say another one that was okay. They told us, so I'm telling y'all. Okay, so I'm telling you the part where Aunt Twinkie was made to have a nervous breakdown after Grandma's death. Actually, that was Aunt Dorinda.
Wow.
Aunt Dorinda had a nervous breakdown. Aunt Dorinda was like in a walking coma for a long time. It was crazy because at first I was like, yeah, I didn't think it was. And then when I got up on her and she was barely even talking English, and I was like, whoa, Aunt Dorinda really has it like bad. Because I can't believe they addressed Aunt Twinkie in the hospital on the breakdown. Aunt Twinkie didn't break down like that when Grandma died. That wasn't. That was y'all know because it got leaked in public and all that kind of stuff. Aunt Twinkie had a little, some struggle, but it wasn't during that. I told my wife, Aunt Dorinda was the one. Like, I don't know about the bridge. When she went to the bridge, like she's gonna jump, I don't know that. But I'm telling you, our family was so nervous because Aunt Dorinda was barely even talking. Okay, like I said, I told my wife, I was like, okay, yeah. They kept saying, oh, Dorinda taking it the worst. Dorinda took it the worst. Out of everybody, when Grandma died. So it was one time we were at Aunt Karen's house, and Aunt Dorinda was getting out the car, and Aunt Dorinda was like this. It had already been like a week or two. Grandma had already been dead. She still was like in like this walking coma kind of vibe. It was really crazy. But I promise you, that was the one that really took it like that. Marriage didn't get honored. But at the funeral, she was married. And so what she did was she had my stepdad go like get with Uncle Drew and really like sort of just, if y'all had known him, he was really like that kind of dude that would kind of be like threaten, like I'm a bust you up. You know, he was that kind of guy, you know. And then I remember that being a big, like, she was trying to fight her fight through her husband at the time at the funeral. Like when we came out, it was getting thick.
So he was there?
Yeah, he was there. Yeah, if y'all look at the pictures, you'll see my mom. They walk my mom, and my grandpa's next to my mom, but my stepdad is right there. All the pictures people have been sending me, that's my stepdad. His name is John Morrison. If y'all seen the pictures that I posted on my pages about the Clark sisters' houses, he's in there. He's but I didn't put any pictures up of him, but he was there and that's what went down at the funeral. When they came out, my mom was hot, like she was ready to fight, because, you know, we had big time dignitaries at the funeral. Y'all know Aretha Franklin sang at the funeral, so it was like all the who's who packed in Bailey's Cathedral, and she was so hot, she was just basically like sick 'em, like get 'em, and I was scared because I thought a physical fight was gonna go down. I really thought that when I saw it happening. She was hollering, and they were outside hollering like that. They were going ham. They were outside hollering like that, and I was scared because, you know, I seen my stepdad fight. You know, he went in the bathroom with a couple people from another race.
Oh. Yeah,
it was like 2 or 3 dudes, and he came out unscathed.
Oh.
That's the kind of dude. I'm just saying that's the kind of dude he was, you know. But yeah, so that's real. The funeral thing was real. My mom did get up there and she just vented, and that's what I'm saying. God bless, you know. Anyway. So I'll do this. I'll pose the question to y'all, okay? So the question is, when Karen said she was at the hospital and they said she had 2% chance to live, what did you think the reason was? Because it was never mentioned.
What's she going there for?
What do you think it was? Oh, I'm trying to. Nobody has responded to that.
That's very slow.
What do you think when Dorinda said? When Karen was in the hospital and they said they had 2% chance to live. What did you think that was for? Because they never said it. Man, nobody's saying it. Nobody's.
There you go.
Right. Okay. So I'm seeing. I'm seeing weight loss. I'm seeing hernia. Gastric bypass.
Blood clot.
Right. See, that's what I'm saying. The fact that we're on live, 3 pages. It's 3 pages. It is almost 2,000 people watching right now on all 3 of these pages, and nobody's consistently saying, "Oh, it's this without question." But my mom's stuff, y'all know what it is without question.
Without question.
That's the part. So that's the only part for me that was like, wow. So if we're gonna open up a can, we gotta open up the can for everybody.
How many?
That's my
year.
That's my only part. Because they made sure they dropped that line like, you on your 3rd child out of wedlock.
Right. Ooh,
okay.
Hit it hard.
So I'm cool because that's the truth. That was fact. That's true.
Yeah.
But
what about the other facts?
You were in the hospital for a reason. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on. And it was it wasn't the reason you needed to be in there. That's how I put that. It wasn't like you had to be in there. So I'll let it go like that. The only part that if I was really salty about, the only part would have been they made it seem like I wasn't taking care of grandma when that was like, come on. Like, listen, let me tell you this. When her foot was bad, and the first time any of us saw her foot be out, I was standing right out. I was living with her, taking care of her. So it ain't like, it's like, that scene, they turned the storyline. Wow. This is what happened.
Wow.
My grandmother, and this hurts my heart. My grandmother was walking around. I keep telling y'all, I'm driving her around. So everywhere, Larry was with her, okay? So she started to limp, and she started to be in so much pain that everybody began to notice, like, what's going on? Now, again, so I'm with her every day. Every single day of my life, I'm with Maddie Moss Clark. I lived. So one night, the pain got so bad. She was at the top of the steps at her house, and she couldn't even come down. And so we were after a church event, something like that. And so it was two people with me at the top of the steps. And she was like almost in tears at this point. So she sat down at the top of the steps. We took her shoe off. And I never even said this publicly. So y'all about to hear this for the first time. Those that's on this line.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. I know, man. Oh, my goodness.
No. You got to relive that.
I just told my wife for the first time, the whole bottom of her foot was completely black. I never seen, I'm still a teenager. So I had never seen that. And when I saw it, I couldn't let my face show how bad it was. When she unveiled her foot for us, I couldn't, and I'm like, oh my, I'm just trying to hold it, but I'm also mad, and I'm trying to fight crying, because I'm like, why are you walking around? Yeah. And the whole thing is black, not like a little discolored. The thing is dead. She's walking on a dead foot.
Like, grandma,
my grandmother was walking on a dead foot. You hear me? A dead foot. So they took us in and went to the hospital. So when we went to the hospital, look, I'm standing right there. That whole scene, I'm standing there.
You were in.
So the doctor came with his like little thing and went on her leg. So we were just hoping like, okay, she just lost her foot. That was the whole. Yeah. We were hoping she just lost her foot. Then the doc came in, and so here's her foot. He took his and was like, we can't go from here. We got to go from here. Because the gangrene had gone all the way, and we don't want to risk losing the entire leg. So instead of just taking the foot, we're going right here. And I'm telling you, Jesus, when I saw my grandmother's face when they dropped that news on her, and I mean, oh God, oh God, it was so. You listen, man. I don't care what the story says. This guy loved Maddie Morse Clark. I love my grandmother. I walk stride for stride with my grandmother. So later for this goofy stuff, I'm telling y'all, when I saw her spirit get crushed like that, man, it got me. So the good part was, I was like, well, look, she's still alive.